Hello, welcome to the Pitchy Podcast. We're your hosts, James
and Stephanie.
Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we are passionate about good music and a great vocal. We use the vehicle of NBC's The Voice to give you our take on each contestant's vocal and overall performance. Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we'll always keep it 100 with our feedback and critiques of each contestant. What we are never here to do is come for anyone's character or any contestant as a human being. While we may come off a little pitchy at times, if you know what I say, we'll always speak our truths with love, kindness, and respect. And with that, here we go, Stephanie. We are at the grand finale of season 24 of The Voice. So exciting. What an epic, epic night of music and performance. We couldn't have asked more from our finalists this season. We knew it would be epic. We knew it would be some singing going on here, as we say in the Black church. And they did not disappoint. There were some, as Stephanie always said, some serious holleration going on all night long. They didn't let go, Steph. They didn't let go.
They did. It's so good.
So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. We got a lot to talk about.
That's right.
Each contestant actually sang twice. They sang a ballad and an up-tempo.
That's right.
Which I love it because it's like, keep it plain, keep it simple.
Right.
Give us contrasting songs.
Yes.
And your final offering, right?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So, we started off the night. And I'm telling you, when this young lady starts off a night or she closes a night, you know you are in for some serious holleration.
Serious.
And the holleration, I think, was the most this contestant has ever given the entire season, which is very, very hard to compete with because there's been holleration the entire season. And Stephanie, who do we have that started the show off?
Oh my goodness, from Team Reba, we had Jacquie Roar, and she sang More Than a Feeling by Boston.
I love this song.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, well, you know what? Is this really an up-tempo? Because to me, More Than a Feeling, I always felt Stephanie is like a medium tempo song.
It's mid-tempo,
But I was like, but if anyone's going to give it what it needs to be an up-tempo, it's going to be Jacquie.
That's right.
And Lord, have mercy, did
Lord,
she?
yes.
I said, great, great song. I love that she's singing songs that challenge her. Jacquie is probably the most self-challenged, if that makes sense, singer of the season.
Yes.
Jacquie goes for broke every time. And she said in the B-reel, she said, Mama, my mom said, Jacquie, I don't think you should sing that song. Because she's like, I know how you sing this song.
Right.
And you might want to play it a little safer. I mean, she didn't say that, but that's what she was insinuating.
Right.
It's not that Jacquie couldn't sing it. It's just, you know, mama knows best in some stages. Well, I'm glad you didn't listen to your mama, Jacquie, because
that's right.
It was just crazy. I said, the great thing, singers, pay attention because Jacquie is one of those rare singers that even when the band and the BGVs are hot, meaning a little bit louder, the levels are a little bit turned up, you notice how Jacquie did not let that deter her. She did not get lost, Stephanie.
No, she didn't.
Because the band was hot. I mean, they're always playing like fire, but the band and the BGVs were, I thought, were a little, the levels were a little on their to their favor.
Right.
You know what I mean? I said, notice how Jacquie still commands with her voice and her presence.
Wow, yes.
It was, I said, take note, performers. I said, Jacquie has complete command of that stage, both vocally and performance-wise. I said, I don't care about everything that is going on, because there was a lot going on that stage at the time, with the extras and the BGVs who were doubling as extras and the band all right there with her. I said, there was so much going on. I said, but you couldn't take your eyes off Jacquie.
That's right.
You could not take your eyes off Jacquie because everyone was doing a lot. I said, now watch out there, Jackie. I said, because I and me and Stephanie both know what type of crazy chords of steel that you have, but I didn't want you to blow it out because I knew you had a ballad left in you. I was like, I was a little scared because Jackie was singing for just blood, okay? Like, there was you weren't surviving this fight.
No.
It was more than a knife. It was more than a dirty knife fight. Like, after she took the knife to you and cut you up, she then started punching you in the face. Like, after you were already dead, okay?
Right.
That's what that was.
Yeah.
There is no, like, the glass ceiling with this woman's voice is always going to be broken.
That's right.
Always.
That's right.
There's always another level.
There's always another level.
I don't even think we heard everything that she gave us. I mean, it was just insane. I said, but I want you to be careful. I said, the endurance alone that this woman has is mind-blowing.
Absolutely.
I think Reba may have noted that. Was it Gwen who said, did you run on the treadmill?
Yes. The amount of stamina she has to have for the breath support that she has in order to do what she does is ridiculous.
It's crazy. I said, that was a marathon.
Yes.
That turned into a hurdled sprint at the end. And she won.
She won.
Sha'Carri Richardson did, okay?
Yes, she did.
She Absolutely. Was a marathon runner, but then all of a sudden turned into a flat-out sprinter.
Absolutely.
A gazelle at the end, because what she did at the end was just insane vocally. Stephanie?
James, I was tired after this performance because the gears just kept shifting. Like, knowing this song the little bit that I do, I was like, ooh, I know how this thing, how it can level up. But like you said, I also know Jackie. So I was like, yo, she is either going to murder this song or she's going to have to pull back a little bit. Right. And like, I literally wrote OMG. Like, I literally wrote OMG. She had full command of the stage. And like you said, there was a lot going on the stage, but it was all about her. The sit and sing of it all. Like at the very beginning, when she was sitting and singing and she sang the lyric, I closed my eyes. And that was like one of the first high points. I was like, you're sitting there singing like that? Like, ma'am, the lows were great.
Yeah.
Like,
good lows.
You pointed this out when we were talking offline last night. There was a point right before she went into 11th gear that her face was like, it's coming. Like, I got to get ready because it's coming. And you really said this, James, but I felt the same way. Like, I loved the realness of that moment. Like, it's coming. Let me get ready. Like, I love that. Like, live TV, not. The Voice Finals, not. She's like, I got to get ready for this note. And she delivered that note. And the note came and then there was the note on top of the note. I was like, this woman, like, you said it perfectly. There is no ceiling on her voice. And I don't understand, like, she is one of the best singers, and now I can say live singers I have ever heard in my life. It's incredible. And when we talk about her next song, her ballad, I'll make another comment as far as her voice goes. It was outstanding. Outstanding. Way to open the show.
Yeah, it was literally, Stephanie, like, I felt like I was on a roller coaster.
Yeah. Yes.
And you know how the best roller coasters, like, they'll give you huge hills and huge loops at the beginning and you think, okay, well, it's almost over.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you get like the grand finale of it. Like, you'll get a triple loop, right?
That's right.
At the end of the roller coaster. And that's what I felt. Like, I was in my seat. I was like, okay, I can breathe for a second. And I was like, it was just crazy. It was just Jackie, sis. Oh my gosh. Like, I really, Stephanie and I really want to have you on this show because I need to talk to you about this.
Yes.
And this.
Yes.
and because I know it's not chess. I know it's all this, but mostly I want to study your diaphragm, young
Absolutely.
lady. I really do. I really do. Just sing it for broke. I love it.
Yes,
Love it.
absolutely.
Okay, great. So who do we have next?
Next up was from Team Legend. We had Lila Forde, and she sang The Weight by the band.
I said, damn. I'm sorry. I said, Aretha, really, sis? And let me give you all a little background.
Mm-hmm.
The band actually did the original version of this song, and there have been many versions of this song. The version that I personally knew was the Queen's version. And when I say the Queen, I mean Aretha Franklin's version of this song, because when I heard it, the band, not the band, but the band last night, when I heard it, I said, okay, this is more of the funky Aretha version, because I went and listened to, because I hadn't heard the band's version in a minute. So I went back this morning, Stephanie, I listened to the band's version. I said, I see what Lila was doing. I really do. She was giving me a little bit of both.
Okay.
Because the band was giving us the Aretha style, a little funk, a little like, but the band who originated this song gives us a little bit more folky.
Gotcha.
But still, the song's just a funky song. Period.
It is.
Because it's a faith-based song, right? Like you can. You can, but it's just, I don't know. It's hard to describe, but I understand what she was doing. I said, girl, you got chutzpah for doing this.
Come on.
I said, I did personally, because I saw where they were going with this song. I wanted a little bit more Justine vocal, for my taste. I needed a little bit more funk, because there was a contrast, right?
Yeah.
So the band was giving us funky. She was giving us Lila folky, right? Lila earthy, Lila nature, which is awesome. I said, she sounds spectacular and she looked like a dream. Lila looks like a star.
She does.
For the first night, last night, she's a beautiful woman, but I felt that she was a star. Like, there was star presence last night.
1,000%.
I said, and one of the things that I loved what she did, I am a stickler. Stephanie is both. We are both sticklers for diction.
Yes. Because
we both, especially when it's a storytelling song, we want to hear the lyrics sung clearly, so we can follow the story.
Right.
In rare cases, say let me give you some popular singers, say in Anita Baker, Toni Braxton, they are the type of singers that can, to an untrained ear, sound a little mumbled when they sing, or not as clear or sharp of diction.
Right.
I thought Lila last night gave us a little bit of that, and I loved every minute of it. Like, I loved it. It added a layer of nuance. It added a layer of styling that I just I said the Toni Braxton approach of it all.
That's right.
I said actually really works for a song like this.
Yes.
And it's a rarity that because usually I'm like, I can't understand what they're saying, Stephanie. I don't hear it. And Stephanie will call somebody out on some diction too, as well. Now, something I love that the band did, and I don't know if this was a collaboration between the artist and the band. Did you hear that? Did you catch that modulation that came out of nowhere?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Yeah, I did.
That was what I was not expecting, that modulation. No. And I loved it.
Yeah.
I said it was unexpected. And I love the BGVs on this song. I thought they were giving us everything.
Yes.
Everything on this song. It was so good. Incredible strong start for Miss Forde. Stephanie.
Yeah, I was really curious to see what uptempo she was going to do, because the kind of voice that she has just doesn't really lend to it.
It's not an uptempo voice, right?
It's not an uptempo voice at all. So this, I felt was a really great choice. I think, and I 1,000% agree about the star quality aspect of what you were saying. I think that was because she really owned her presence on that stage, and she wasn't afraid to move and move
Work
along
the
to the
stage,
music
right?
and work the stage. And I was so happy to see that, because for some singers, that's just not, if that's not what you're used to doing, then that could come off a little bit just unnatural looking. But
Sure.
she looked like she was moving and grooving, and I loved it. And it was so in her own style and in her own way that it felt good and it felt right with the song. The key change, I was like, yo, like,
Yeah, came out of nowhere.
and I think that it was a great something else at the back end of the song, just to add a little something else. We're in the finale, so let's do it. Let's turn it up with these arrangements and these vocals. I love the vibe. I love the attitude. I love the staging. I loved everything about it. And like you said, like, I love what she was doing vocally and diction wise. Like, I love that. Like, I love that, because that's,
Sound like you had water in your mouth, right?
it did. And it worked with the styling. Yes, it worked with the styling of the music.
Yeah.
I think that what you were talking about with, like, how her voice sounded with the actual vocal and wanting like a little bit more Justine, her voice is very like ethereal and kind of airy. And yeah, it would have been interesting to hear, but I don't think that her voice is this. Her voice doesn't really have that kind of underlying like depth. Like, it does very, very much stay in that ethereal kind of airy, floaty, natural way. And so I'm glad that she didn't do something different outside of herself to match the song.
The only reason why, Stephanie, I said that is because Lila is one of those people, like, she's done runs.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout this season, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted a couple of more, like a couple of runs, because I know she can do them.
What's interesting with her voice, though, is that I feel like she's always running. Like, I feel like there's never a straight
like
line
with and the
yes. I feel like her voice is like water. Like, it's hardly ever still.
Trees,
it's like
water.
it's like moving water.
Lila, your voice is nature. It really is, sis. It really is.
Listen, and spoiler alert, we will see that very much so in her ballad.
Yes.
Great job, Lila.
That was awesome. Awesome up tempo.
Yes.
Because like Stephanie said, it was unexpected.
Yes.
And we loved it.
Absolutely.
Very good taste. Okay, who is next?
Next up was from Team Nile. We got our first ballad from Mara Justine, and she sang Turning Tables by Adele.
This song. It's another one of those songs. Like, I'm just like, no. I called Stephanie literally crying last night.
He was.
I said, she won. I wrote this song. I said, sing. Like, sing, not sing.
Yeah.
Not sang, sing. You know what, Stephanie? I love the staging of it all. I thought it was glorious staging, and I thought it added to her performance.
Oh, yes.
Because, Mara she's a street fighter, right?
That's right.
She's one of our, I call it holleration people on this show.
Yes.
And to see Tone Down stand there and sing, because Mara, she's electrifying on the stage. To see that from her, intimacy.
Come on.
I said, you know what? I said, you had the versatility to make it as a singer, like in the industry, because I think versatility to me is what sets people apart.
Come on.
Can you electrify the stage, but also bring us in?
That's right.
To an intimate, like, you're just singing to me, right?
That's right.
Like it's just me and you in the room, having a singing conversation.
Right.
I said, watch out, Adele. Because what I loved is that there was not when so many people, this is why Adele's so hard, because Adele, like Billie Eilish, like, have such specific voices, right? No one even comes close to sounding. They're often imitators. Often. And people do very good imitations of these singers. But these are the original, the OGs of of their songs, right?
That's right.
You're never going to, in my opinion, get a better version of someone sounding like Billie and Adele, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
You know,
absolutely.
because there's just no one you can't emulate. You can emulate all you want, but it's just not going to be the same.
Right.
It's going to be a little knockoffy.
Right.
I love that it was Mara all the way.
That's right.
I love the huskiness, the rasp. John said it. I said, but the scary thing about her raspiness is it's sweet raspiness.
Come on,
Stephanie.
sweet rasp.
And I know that's kind of contradictory. Like do sweet and raspy kind of like it's kind of like oil and water if you think about it. I said, but for some reason it's the soap, right? Soap brings oil and water together, right?
Come on,
So
soap.
it's like I just feel like contradictory types of vocal qualities are in her voice that make her voice that much special. If that, but when she said that close enough to hurt me, I said, oh, like the close enough to hurt me every time, like a tear starts streaming down my hair. And I think it was just I love that chord progression on that part too.
Yeah.
With the voice, like close enough to hurt me. Like, oh, it was just crazy. I said, Mara broke my heart in the best way. I love the strings on it. And I wrote again, I just love the intimacy. Stephanie.
I felt like this song showed great maturity because I was very interested not only to see what ballad she was going to sing, but to also see what she would do with it, whether it would be more of a stand and sing or whether she would still perform. And I think no matter what she would have chosen to do, it wouldn't have missed. But I really appreciated the fact that she just stood there and sang it with such passion and such vulnerability and stayed true to her sound and her styling. And it was gorgeous. It was really compelling. Sometimes in the past, when they have had the scenery in the background where you can see the artist singing, they've done that a couple of times in various ways, especially in the finales or semifinals. And sometimes I can find that distracting. In this case, it was not. It enhanced the feel and the intimacy in an interesting way of the entire performance. I thought she looked gorgeous. The dress was beautiful.
Oh yeah, she looked stunning.
It was a stunning, stunning performance. It was interesting to me. The first time I listened to it, I was immediately captured by the angst in her voice. And that is like what you want in this song. So like it was compelling from jump. The thing that was interesting to me is that you have Mara's voice, which is gritty and raspy and smoky and like all these things. And then you contrast that, a lot of contrast. You contrast that with the instrumentation, which felt like I was in like a museum where I couldn't touch anything. You know, you got like the strings,
nice analogy.
And like it felt very different. And for a minute, like when I first listened to it, I was very much focused on the contrast of the two. And I wasn't sure how I felt about it. And that has nothing to do with Mara because she sang the song down and beautifully and it was compelling and it was everything that I wanted. I was interested to see if it would have sounded differently with different instrumentation. I told my husband, I said, I kind of wanted to hear some like instrumentation with a little bit of dust on it. Like I wanted something a little bit grittier, a little bit dirtier.
Yeah, to match that
to match her vocal quality.
Like she almost sounds like she has vocal damage, but we know it's not.
Exactly.
That's Mara's sound.
Exactly.
Like, because she inserts it in for effect, right?
Yes.
It's always done tastefully.
Yes.
It's never like, oh, this is my trick, and I'm going to insert it in just to show you I got this trick, right?
That's right. That's right.
Because we know she doesn't have vocal damage. This is her voice. It's a side of her voice.
Yes.
The color of her voice, so to speak. So,
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. So, but overall, I thought it was beautiful. And again, I just love that she showed this side of herself and this side of a performance that she could do and just stand there and sing. And it was lovely. It was
Yeah.
lovely.
Oh, Mary, you made me cry, sweetheart. You did. You really
Sure
did. You made me
did.
cry.
Sure
I mean,
did.
it also helps that I just love your family, right? I love and I was like, okay, how many siblings does she have?
1, 2, and that wasn't even all of them. She said she's one of
Okay,
5.
oh, okay, that must be her boyfriend. No,
No,
that person looks like her. Oh no, that must be her man. Nope, that person looks like her too. And I was like, man, how many siblings do you have?
yes,
I think
love
somebody
it.
asked her, and she's like, 5.
5, yeah, she's one of
Wow.
5.
But I just love and honestly, just we pray for your mom. We really do.
Absolutely.
Pitchy Podcast loves your parents, loves
Yes.
your mom,
Yes.
love that she is fighting,
Yes.
and know that you that what is working through you is giving her strength.
Oh, absolutely.
Is giving her strength to keep on, sis. Like really, really, really. So we pray that you all have a wonderful holiday season.
Yes.
And love on your mom like you have always done.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, awesome.
Absolutely. Wonderful.
Awesome. Okay, who is next, Stephanie?
Woo! Next up was from Team Nile. We had another ballad from Huntley. It was Another Love by Tom Odell.
Now, before I go into Huntley, I had this conversation with Stephanie last night. I said, I don't know, and this is me. I'm gonna tell on myself. Like I sometimes already put a mark against an artist if I don't know the song, because like I feel like Stephanie, like it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
I'm the problem.
Like both of us kind of like, but we Stephanie and I know each other well enough to kind of catch ourselves, right? Or catch one another and say, okay, let's just put it out there. We don't know the song that well. Let's just really focus on what this artist was doing. So I had to do this because I did not know this song at all. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've ever heard this song.
No, I had never heard this song.
I had never heard it. So I was like, okay, well, Huntley, because there's, Stephanie and I are very selfish when it comes to some voices, and Huntley has one of those voices like, okay, well, we want him to sing this. It's like everything 90s, progressive, rock, R&B, grunge, everything. Like we want him to do it all.
That's right.
And that's like how we are with Huntley. Like we're very possessive.
Yes, we are.
His voice. So I was like, oh, okay, there's so many ballads Huntley could have done. Mm-hmm. But with that, saying all that, I said, an intimate Huntley is riveting. That's the word I use. He is riveting. Like, I just was, like, everything else went away.
Yeah.
As he was singing. And I was just focused on the artist. And I was like, this is riveting stuff, you all.
Was.
I said, I'm not sure about the song. I said, but Huntley is killing it.
Yes, that's right.
Killing it. And I said, I love that he sings full throttle.
Yes.
Full-throated singing, you all. Right. That's what Huntley does.
Yes.
And that's what he does best. I said, it's just so amazing. I really, really, because I have so much more to say about Huntley on his next offering, so I'm going to hold it because we got a lot to get through. Yes. But I said I would really love to study his and Jackie's breathing apparatus. Just insane. Did you all hear what he was doing? Especially the back half of that song. Huntley showed that he doesn't have to give you that, it's also such a pure voice. Like, he gives you purity.
Come on.
And that's just another color. I personally didn't know Huntley had this in him.
Right.
But if you watch Huntley's Be Real, you can tell Huntley's not talking about it, but you can tell Huntley's been through some things.
Come on.
You can tell he's been through some things as a person, as an artist, as a dad, I don't know if he and his child's mother were married, or as a partner. You can tell, as a son, as a sibling, you can tell this man has been through some things.
Yes.
Because of how emotional he gets. And to me, he is one of those artists like Jackie and like Mara that take everything that they're going through or they've been through and they harvest it in the vocal.
That's right.
and it comes out and it's undeniable.
Absolutely.
Stephanie.
I said, come on, vulnerability.
Right.
That's the
Right.
first thing I wrote. Like, oh my goodness. Like, and we've seen every Be Real that Huntley does, we see the side of him. Like, he has been one, he has his heart on his sleeve, like all day, every day. And I've
and
loved
unapologetically
that.
So
unapologetically have loved that.
And it's masculine.
It's not woe is me. It's not pity me.
He doesn't look like a punk.
No,
like,
it's very
all him.
Yeah, and there's this overarching feeling of gratitude of where he is right now, having been through whatever he's been through. It just feels like so much gratitude for every moment he's gotten to be on this show, which is just makes him so likable and it just makes you want to root for him. This song was sneaky rangy. Like, it's not obviously rangy, but when you were hearing him sing, it's like, ooh, as I'm tracking like where the notes are going, I'm like, ooh, low and high and around.
Right.
And
you know, it's so funny, Stephanie, that you said it, because as a male singer, especially when I hear other males sing, like I often check that note. I was like, oh. Like, I'm like, oh, that's high.
Right.
Or, that's low.
Yes.
Like, I'll check my own voice with it. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, like, so to your point, I was like, he's really singing this.
Absolutely. And it was one of, because, you know, Huntley undoubtedly has one of our holleration voices.
Correct.
So a lot of the songs that he has been given have been holleration songs. This song was probably the sing-songiest song that I've heard him sing on this show. Now, don't get me wrong. There was some holleration on the back. Huntley gonna give you some holleration, right? Okay. So we got a little holleration at the back end. But for the majority of the song, he was just straight singing. And it was like, oh, this dude can literally sing anything. Like, I was so impressive. And I was so, even though I didn't know the song, I was really happy for the song choice for him to be able to display that side of him. Just to show, I can just stand here and straight up sing.
Never losing the Huntley in his voice.
No,
right?
Never. No.
Even with the intimate, soft side of his singing.
That's right.
You still knew it was Huntley. That's
Absolutely.
an artist, you all. That's a true artist.
Absolutely. It was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah. Okay. Next, we have our baby girl of the bunch, as I like to say.
No. Next, we had Bryce.
Oh, I almost forgot. Okay, I almost forgot. Wait a second. You are so right. We had season 22's winner.
Yes.
Mr. Bryce Leatherwood.
Yes.
A few stolen moments.
We still
I'll never forget that, Bryce.
Yeah, we never forget.
Never forget. This podcast will never forget your Whitney Houston offering. We said,
That's right.
You won it with that one, baby.
That's right.
So, Bryce, come on. What did Bryce say, Steph?
Bryce sang his new hit single called The Finger. And when I heard the title, I was like, wait a minute. What finger we either talking about the ring finger or we talking about another finger? And it was such an awesome song, especially like thinking about Bryce and his run on the show. Like, this is exactly the kind of song that I want to hear Bryce singing, because I call it clever country. It's like that funny stuff with like the contrast of what's going on in the story. And basically the story of the song is his girl left him for another dude, and he's basically telling the dude, like, you got all the good stuff and I'm just left here. And one of the last lines in the song was, he got the ring and I got the finger. So it was just really it was so much fun. It was so much fun. And he sounded amazing.
Incredible. Bryce always, like, he was one of the most consistent sounding singers of that season. Like, he just always, the voice was always just spot on.
It was amazing. I was like, come on, Bryce. Love it. Loved it.
All right. So next is our baby girl of the bunch.
Yes.
Our 16-year-old phenom, Miss Ruby Leigh.
Yes.
And she sang what, Stephanie?
She sang Suspicious Minds by Elvis Presley.
By the King.
By the King.
I said, you know what? I love it, Ruby. I said, you went back to your roots on this one.
Yeah.
And I said, and you sound sensational.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I said, great song choice. One of the things that I felt Ruby has grown on, and I really have seen her journey from the beginning
Mm-hmm.
to now, is her performance quality. Like what she brought. I said, this performance right now was next level performance when it came to Ruby, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I love her performance. I said, the intensity in her face matched the intensity in her throat. And the
Okay.
passion coming from her throat.
Right.
Like I really felt, I not only heard the story, I saw the story in Ruby.
Right.
And I felt that Ruby did not get lost in her scenery or her
Right.
set and her folks that were with her.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it. And I felt that she felt very comfortable with this song.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say something about Ruby's Be Real. Okay? Y'all don't sleep on this young lady. You had folks from the Grand Ole Opry
Yeah.
giving her shout outs.
Right.
That means that this young woman has done some things.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, it makes sense. She just didn't come off of her little town and was like singing like Kylie did
right, in her bedroom
seasons ago.
Yeah.
Or last season.
Yeah.
From her bedroom, just singing like this. I said, okay, she's somebody from the Grand Ole Opry giving you a shout out, and then that band giving you a shout out. I was like, okay, pros are giving this young lady a shout out.
Right.
I said, okay.
Right.
All right. It makes sense now. Ruby Leigh, I thought this was really, really a wonderful, smart offering for you.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie.
So, number one, it was a great vocal, as usual, per usual, from Ruby Leigh. I was surprised that for both of her performances, spoiler alert, there was no guitar. And I was wondering how she was going to navigate the performance element of it with not having a guitar. And I thought that she did a great,
right?
Yeah, it gives you something to do. It's like a built-in safety net. Absolutely. It's kind of like when you don't have what do? You have one hand holding the mic. What do you do with the other hand? And I think that she did a really great job of not looking like lost, and like you said, there was a lot going on with the staging and the background vocals and the band and all that going on. The voice. Must we have another lady coming down steps in our staging? Must we do it? Must we? And if I'm correct, if this was the correct one, whether it was this one or her ballad, I can't quite remember. But you got fog and stuff as well as she's trying to come down these steps. Y'all try it. That's all I have to say. And she on live TV. Crazy. Anyway, she sang it well. She gave it the right amount of energy and the right intensity. Here's what I wanted, though, because week in and week out, Ruby has been a master at communicating these very intense and often sad songs, right? And we saw in her B-roll where she gets some of the inspiration behind that. She was in a tornado and she said her family lost everything. So, she does have a well of experience to tap into when it comes to these hard emotions. I really wanted her to sing something happy. Like, I wanted to see her happy. That's my only thing. And I was like, well, what could she have sang? And the only song that came to mind was Can't Fight the Moonlight by LeAnn Rimes. Can't fight the moonlight. Like I would have liked to have heard something like that. Just a little, just another layer, another side. But she did a great job with this song.
She did. She did. Or a ballad that was a happy ballad.
Right.
Like I thought of something like I Can't Help Falling in Love with You, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I was thinking, Can't Help Falling in Love, right?
Just switch to Elvis.
Right. Exactly. So, yeah. No, I hear you. But we love Ruby. Like,
We
we really
do.
do.
We
Like,
do.
she's just, the voice is it's just crazy.
It's just
Still
crazy.
crazy.
Absolutely.
I don't understand it.
No, me neither. I've quit trying to understand. I'm like, that's just
Right.
what it is. It is what it is.
Absolutely. All right. So it's time to flip it. I almost gave a inappropriate reference of a 90s hip hop R&B song.
Oh, Missy Elliott.
No,
Oh,
no.
I thought you were gonna say I put
Poison. I almost did
oh
poison.
no yeah, let's not do that. I thought you were gonna do I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
I was thinking Poison, Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yeah, no, let's not do that.
No, I'm not going there today. But shout out to Belle BBD.
Yes.
You know, Pitchy Pod. We'd be remiss in Pitchy Podcast if we did not do some '90s R&B reference.
We gotta sneak it in some way.
Somewhere. All right. So now everyone is going for round two. So if you did an Uptempo, you now did a ballad. If you did a ballad, you now did an Uptempo. So it was time for, and I was excited about this one because she's not really ever done a ballad. If she has, it's been a power ballad.
Right.
When she did The Heart.
Yes.
Which was crazy. I'm still reeling off of her heart.
Absolutely.
But Jacquie Roar sang Nights in White Satin. And who sings this song, Stephanie?
The Moody Blues.
That's what I thought. I love this song. I never knew who sang it. So thank you, Voice, for always telling us who the original artist was of this song. Because I know that this song has been done with other artists. The first thing that was so striking about Jacquie's performance was her look. I loved her look. I said, I like this look on you, sis, both aesthetically and vocally.
Yes.
Like the whole look vocally, Jacquie, it's something new. And if you want to win this show, you don't pull all of your bags of tricks or everything out of your bags of tricks.
That's right.
Until when it most matters. So Jacquie, I've always said this about you. You are a very smart, intelligent singer.
That's right.
Because you were like, I'm going to give you all one last angle to remember me by.
That's
to
right.
show how versatile I am.
That's right.
I said, girl, you are a ballad singer.
Ooh.
You're a ballad singer. I didn't even like Jacquie, because I know how much I should have known this. I don't know why this shocked me so much, Stephanie, because what have I always said about Jacquie? I said, Jacquie, nobody tells a story like Jacquie. She gives you beginning, she gives you middle, she gives you end. Every single time. But, we're so taken aback by just the pure stamina and the roar of her voice that we forget that Jacquie is a technician when it comes to singer. She is a technical powerhouse when it comes to singing. I said, this is PhD level singing.
Absolutely.
I said, tell the story, mama. I said, you always said, and then I felt like she was giving us Celine at the end, right?
Come on.
It's like crazy Celine vibe.
Come on.
She is like, she's just unstoppable. Jacquie's like, I'm doing this for bread. I'm doing this for my girls. Okay. I'm doing this for my husband. I'm doing this so we can eat.
That's right.
I said, absolutely show-stopping. I said, you just keep breaking through every ceiling. Your voice does not stop, Stephanie.
Oh, that's all I could do. I was just sitting there like, because it was just so gorgeous. Like from the first line, Nights in White Satin. I was like, what is this? Like her voice sounded like white satin. It was, it was so beautiful. The arrangement, the musical arrangement was so beautiful to match her. I was like, come on, Choice. Come on, Emote. Come on, Lowe's. Come on, Strangs. Yes, I said Strangs. Come on, Strangs.
Hey.
I was like, she can literally sing anything. And I was like, you better sing to that man. You better sing to that man, because she was singing to her man.
She sure was.
It was so captivating. It was so gorgeous. But then at the end, she got given. I said, roar, Jacquie, roar. You better roar. You better say, I love you. Yes, you do. It was so appropriate. Like, the roar at the end was like the culmination of the entire song. And it was just like, just in case you ain't know from the 3 minutes prior, I'm going to use this last 30 seconds to make this point. I love you. And it was just,
I still am Jacquie Roar. That's the thing.
Listen, absolutely.
Like,
don't forget.
You a different color. I'm giving you a different angle, but I'm going to remind you who I am as an artist.
That's right. It was just there was so much grace. There was so much beauty. There was so much delicacy. There was so much intimacy. It was just a gorgeous, 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 gorgeous performance. I loved it.
One thing about Jacquie, as I'm looking back, she is one of the few artists this season, in any season, mind you, that I feel like win, lose, or draw, Jacquie can walk away from this experience saying that she gave it 1,000%.
Absolutely.
Every single performance. I felt that Jacquie left every performance out on the stage.
Absolutely.
I felt like she was singing for broke every time.
Absolutely.
From her audition to all the way to the end.
That's right. And I think since we've been watching, I think pound for pound, she is one of the best singers that we've had on this show.
Yeah. Someone brought up a point that did you notice that all of these finalists were 4 chair turns? Like, yes. I was like, that's so true. So we knew, and I think that takes us back to why they called people back after they had been eliminated.
Yes.
They had never had more 4 chair turns this season than any other season.
That's right.
And to me, 4 chair turns with the judges, especially, I'm gonna take it a step further, especially when you got John Legend, who is a stickler to so many things.
Right.
And I even think Reba McEntire, who, if you don't, Reba is very focused on what she enjoys and what she likes. If you don't fall into what Reba enjoys and likes, she's not going to turn for you.
That's right.
Or she's going to give you some mama criticism.
That's right.
Well, you didn't do what I told you to do, and I told you to do this, right? And Reba, she's the queen of country, right? She has the right to say that.
That's right.
So that's why I think this was so special, Stephanie. Because all of these artists, I think, with these finale performances, they all gave 4 chair turn performances. If these were to be auditions.
Absolutely. Right? 1,000%.
Great. Okay. So who do we have next?
Up next was from Team Legend. It was Lila Forde, and she sang her ballad, Across the Universe by the Beatles.
Now, it's interesting. So Stephanie, her husband and I had a conversation last night, a 3-way conversation about this particular performance, because in my notes, and I'm glad I kept my notes in because I didn't want to forget this, because I feel like I have an evolution in thought because of something Stephanie told me to do. I put, for the first time, I'm not sure if I liked what she was doing artistically for this song. I put, I mean, she is so special because she has a sound all of her own. And I can see, if we're talking straight industry, I can see, to me, Lila is one of the most marketable singers of this season, as far as the industry goes, right? As far as, what the industry is looking for, especially for her genre or type of style of singing, very marketable. And Stephanie said, okay, James, and it's funny because Stephanie's husband, Matt, said to me and Stephanie, like, that was like, he felt like that was one of the greatest renditions of this song that he's ever heard. I am familiar with Across the Universe. I'm not as familiar with this era of the Beatles music. And I know some of you Beatles aficionados are like, oh, the sacrilege of it all. But please understand my heart. And I can probably speak for Stephanie on this. This is just a genre or a period of Beatles mania music that we aren't as familiar with,
Mm-hmm.
even though we are always good for the artistry and good vocals. So Stephanie
Right.
told me something, and that Stephanie, I want to thank you in on the show about. Stephanie said, James, go back and listen to this in your good ears, because I thought I was hearing pitch issues, and I was like, okay, I know the type of voice Miss Forde has. I said, but I still felt like I heard pitch issues. No, I did not. And Stephanie said, go back and listen. And I sure did. And it's literally her stylings. I'm not saying she has a voice like, say, a Billie Eilish,
Mm-hmm.
but Billie does similar things,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where it's like a bending. Parajita would do it too
Mm-hmm.
in previous seasons, where it'd be like a bending of notes. It's like kind of like a wave, right? Like flowy water. You know, Lila, I know we've always compared your voice to nature and things in nature. And that's what I felt like. It was like a ripple.
That's right.
Right?
That's
And you
right.
notice it's not like that type of
That's
ripple.
right.
No, it's smooth, right? It's smooth like that. Exactly. And that's what I heard. So I was like, okay, y'all, she is scary. She is
right.
scary. And the thing that makes her even more awesome to me is that she always, always stays true to her sound.
That's right.
Doesn't matter what song she's singing. Doesn't matter if the whole forest is her set. It doesn't matter. So I just loved it. Okay, hair, but I'll let Stephanie talk about that. Okay, hair. Come on, hair.
Come on, extensions.
Come on, wardrobe.
Yes. Come on, wardrobe.
Come on, hair and makeup.
Come on, glam squad.
Glam squad.
Yes.
I thought, and going back and listening to it in my good ears, I was like, she's a monster. Like, she's a monster, but it's so unassuming. It's so ethereal. It is a nature monster.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because she is like her voice, like, it's like when you hear the term Mother Earth, right?
It's like Tafiti from Moana.
Yes. Thank you. I was like, what? How can I? Exactly. I can't believe you went there, but you did, and it makes total sense. It makes total sense. It's true. Where it's like this, just entity of a, like, bigger than life as we know it.
Listen,
like that, and that's the type of voice that she has. It's just nature. It's just nature. Stephanie,
if y'all did not get to see this performance, please go down to the show notes and click where it says Lila Forde Ballad. It was a whole experience, y'all.
Yeah.
It was a whole, you had literal, like a garden. They had a garden. So much so that Paul, playing the sitar, got stung by a bee as he's sitting up in the garden that was on the stage, like literally. The imaging behind was universe and water and earth and nature. And you have Miss Forde standing there looking like Mother Earth and sounding like Mother Earth in her gorgeous gown and her beautiful hair. And just, it was something to behold. I felt like I was at the retreat. I felt like I was at the retreat on my yoga mat, and she was singing, but it was singing almost like that, what you would hear at a spa, where it's just like very.
It's when nature becomes healing, right?
Come on.
Right? Like, when you're so in tune with just the beauty of God's creation.
That's right.
That you start to be healed by it.
That's right.
It's like when some people go to the ocean, they feel like the ocean's healing, or some people go in the forest, they feel like that's healing.
Yeah.
Or when, that's what it felt like, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Like, it was so peaceful. It was so beautiful. It just felt like there were, if we're talking vocally, like there were just nonstop choices happening. And I know the melody line of the song does a little bit of that on its own, but I just felt like even with that, her voice was still doing this flowy water type thing where it was just subtle choice after subtle choice that just put you in this state of just like, Like, it just felt so peaceful and so beautiful. And even like her arm movements were just so flow. Like, it was the perfect storm of beauty and peace and calm. Like, it was gorgeous. It was one of the most gorgeous performances of the night.
Yeah. Yeah. Loved it.
Woo.
Loved it. I said the Lilith Fair of it all.
Yes.
I said very Sarah McLachlan, very just ethereal. It was just gorgeous.
Yes.
I just felt like that ring of the universe behind her. I felt like that was like a portal to another universe. Like, she was
felt like I was gonna be transformed somewhere.
Like, transported portal. Like a time travel.
Yes.
The sci-fi of it all.
Yes.
Oh, that was crazy. Crazy set, but awesome set. Really worked well with the song.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. So who do we have next? Oh my Lord.
Next up, we had from Team Now.
Team Holleration.
Mara Justine singing her Uptempo, and she sang Piece of My Heart by Janis Joplin. Oh, come on. You know, I'll let you talk in a minute, James. I just have to say this.
Please.
I knew this thing was over when the instrumental, when they announced it, but then when they did the full on,
how it began.
When they did the full on instrumental at the beginning, I said, "Oh, here we go! Here we go! It's gonna be great!
It's gonna be dirty!" I said, "Come on, you better bring the dirt,
bring it."
It was gritty, nasty. It was everything we wanted. I said, finally, somebody's doing some Janis Joplin. Somebody's got to do some Janis Joplin on this season with these types of voices, especially these types of female voices.
Yes.
Between Jacquie, Mara, and Nene, somebody needs to do some Janis Joplin.
Somebody.
And of course, she did the Janis Joplin song. And let me tell you, I said, great song for her. I said, girl, you better slow that vibrato down. She's like, I said, seven, baby. Come on there.
Say that right.
I said, she feels 10 feet tall.
10 feet tall.
She owned the stage, you all. Mara is but 5-0, right? She is but 5-0. Probably not even 100 pounds soaking wet. Y'all, I felt like I was like looking up at like Goliath. I just was like, you forget. When somebody owns the stage like that, I said, Mara's voice is an experience.
It sure is.
Her voice is an experience.
It sure is.
I said, I love, and did you hear the syncopation she was doing with it? Like, it wasn't singing it straight. It wasn't.
Right.
No, it's like,
in that cut.
Like that back phrasing.
Yes.
Little back phrasing stuff. I loved it. I said, smart singing too. Stephanie, did you notice that, especially on like the take it? What'd she do? She let the BGVs do it.
She sure did. I think she might have did one. She might have did the first one, but after that, she kicked her little leg and said, "Y'all can take it. BGVs, y'all take it."
And then from there on out. And the thing is, her voice is so strong, you didn't even notice. Like the BGVs took the that's just straight screaming. Like Janis, she screamed that part. And Mara's like, okay, I gotta get through this song.
Listen,
I'm gonna give you holleration.
Listen, that's
like,
right.
They're gonna, like Stephanie said, they're gonna take it.
Take it. And I'm sure they were happy too.
Take it. She was like she held the mic back. I said, that was so smart. I said, man. I said, I love it. I love it.
Ooh, so good.
Give the as James Brown would say, give the drummer some, give the drummer some. Look, y'all, give the BGV some. Like, cause y'all know that there's some crazy holleration coming from those background vocalists.
That's right.
Mara said, you gonna take it.
That's right. That's right.
Smart singing. And then I said the holleration at the end of that song that Mara was touring. I said, bananas.
Bananas.
There's another one, you all. I've never seen more artists this season leave it all on the stage for every performance.
That's right.
She's like, boom.
That's right.
I mean, some mic drops left and right from these people.
That's right.
Saying, you know what? This is it. Final offering. Done. Boom. Extra stage left. I'm out.
Right. And y'all better vote.
Anymore.
And you better vote.
You better. I almost cussed. You vote for however you freaking want to vote. Okay? I'm not going to give you anymore because I gave you everything.
Absolutely. Boom.
Stephanie.
Ooh. I was like, Jersey in the house. Jersey's in the oh, it was Jersey. It was dirty Jersey. I was like, dirty you better Jersey. Represent.
Our pit of America. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Dirty.
It was so gritty. I was like, yo, this would have been about time in the show if they would have had another guest artist come. And little did they know that they had another guest artist come named Justine. Because she did not treat this song like it was just another performance song on a competition show. She showed up. She was like, I got the crew. I got the band. I got the BGVs. And we going to hang up on these steps and we just going to rock. And just the comfortability she had in her movement and in her vocal, it was like she was waiting to sing this song. It was like she was like, all right, I'm going to do this ballad and I'm going to show you this side. But then I'm going to come with my Uptempo and I'm going to light it up. And she lit it up. It sounded so good. I don't want to just focus on just the aesthetics of it and the feel of it. Vocally, Miss Janice would have been in the audience clapping as well because it was so well done. It was so well done. The amount of confidence that Mara has it's oh my goodness. Like it makes me so happy for her because I can't even imagine what it must have been like for her to be out in California on another coast while her mama's on another coast suffering.
Right.
The amount that, and that's the fight that we see.
Correct.
If I'm going to be out here while she over there fighting for her life, I'm gonna be over here making her proud and fighting for this dream of mine. Cause I know that's what she wants for me to do. And that is what we saw on that stage. And that's what we've been seeing week in and week out. And I was just so happy for her. Like, oh, it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. That's all I can say. It was so good.
Janis Joplin sings a song, Mercedes-Benz.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ever heard that song, at the end of the song, she does, like, it's just so Janice. She goes, that's it?
Yep.
She goes, that's it?
That's it?
It's like,
that's
drop the mic, walk off. And that's what I feel like Janice would have said. Well, that's it.
That's right. That's right. Right.
Because
absolutely.
It was nuts.
It was nuts.
Okay. Woo. Okay, who's next?
Next up was from Team Reba. We had Ruby Leigh singing her ballad, Desperado by the Eagles.
Love Desperado. Y'all, this is just, it's just a song that everyone knows.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what type of genre of music. It's just one of those songs that transcends race, religion, creed, color. Like it's just one of those songs that it's just so gorgeous. It is a wonderfully, brilliantly written song. Mm-hmm. I said this was a great song for her because you know what? I love, love, love when she brings the yodel out in her voice. And this is a great song for her to yodel it. I said the great thing that I love about Ruby Leigh that's so exciting, that I get so excited about when it comes to her voice, is that every time Ruby does a yodel, it's like I'm hearing it for the first time.
Yeah, it's like,
that's so good.
Yeah.
And that's just a testament to how exciting her voice is. Mm-hmm. It is a truly exciting, exceptional voice. Mm-hmm. I said, I love her lows on this song, Stephanie. Mm-hmm. She was giving you some really nice lows. Mm-hmm. And something Ruby has done, it's kind of signature Ruby Leigh. I said, I love that whenever she sings, especially songs like this, because nobody sings a sad song like Ruby Leigh, is that she always sounds like she's about to cry vocally. not like literally cry, but always there is a weeping in her voice that is just, oh, it rips your heart out.
Yes.
I said, weeping in a good way. I said, if
That's
that
right.
makes sense. I said, there was a line, let somebody love you, that she said. I said, it was just nuts. Nuts, nuts, nuts. Ruby, another one. She's like, you know what? This is who I am. Like it or leave it. Love me or don't love me. Love me or hate me. This is who I am.
That's right.
And it was a very strong offering to close the show with.
Absolutely.
Stephanie.
Just like you said, and like Jay-Z said, she make the song cry.
Yeah.
That's what Ruby Leigh does. She can make a song cry. She is a master emoter. And when you know that that is a strength of your vocal, you use it. And that is the week in, week out, performance in, performance out. That is what she has used to her benefit to really sell her performances along with her outstanding vocals. Like you said about her yodels, it really does feel fresh every time. And I think that's a testament to how she chooses to use it, because it's just not all over the place. It's like here and there, and it's just like these nice little surprises. I thought it was a great song choice for her, just like you said. It was wonderful. Like, there's not much more to add to what you said. It was just a really, really strong way for her to end her performance time. Her official performance time on The Voice.
Yeah, the way Ruby Leigh connects with her song, it's like second to none.
Yes.
It's like she connects with every song that she sings.
It's really a gift.
Like I've never seen anyone connect, much less a 16-year-old.
Exactly.
But when you done been through something, doesn't matter how old or how young you are, you can connect.
That's
you really
right.
can.
That's
Absolutely.
right. Yeah. Beautiful.
Okay, so we have our final performance of the night. I'm going to stay calm because Stephanie actually watched the show before me because I had to watch it pretty late last night. But she stayed up, and I asked Stephanie. I was like halfway through the show, and I said, "Okay, Stephanie," because I had to go do some things. I said, "Who do I need to look out for?" She named one person, and then she named this final performance. She didn't tell me anything that was coming. She just said, watch for Mr. Huntley." And there was a specific song that I really wanted Huntley to sing that I still hope he sings tonight, but I don't know if he will. But that's me. Like I said at the top of this episode, I said, Stephanie and I are very, very selfish when it comes to Huntley and the music we want him to sing because we love his voice that much.
Yes.
And so this was one of those Pitchy Podcasts favorites.
Yes.
Stephanie called it out. Stephanie, what did Mr. Huntley give us for his final offering?
He did. And I'll tell you the story behind it. Well, he did Creed, Higher. So prior to the commercial break, Carson says, and we'll have Huntley singing a 90s rock hit. And I texted my husband because I was watching upstairs with my good ears in because I knew I wasn't going to have a whole lot of time to listen before we recorded. So I told him I need to listen upstairs with my good ears. And he was downstairs watching. I texted him and I said, Huntley is going to sing some Creed. He's got to. He's going to sing some Creed. And my husband wrote back with some other thoughts about what he could be. And I was just like, no. It had to be. Like, it had to be. It was too perfect of a storm, right. Okay? It's an up-tempo song. It's big enough for the finale of the show. These are the final performances, so you know that they're going to save a really good song for the last performance. And lastly, if I were to ever describe Huntley's voice to anybody, I would sing this song. I would say, can you take me high? That's how I would describe it. Higher. Like, that's how I would describe it. So I was like, there is no way they are going to miss this opportunity to have him sing some Creed. And did he sing some Creed? James, and y'all that are listening to the audio, you can't see me. I had the rock sign up the entire performance. I barely wrote notes. I had the rock sign up the entire performance. I was just, I was in my glory. I was in my black girl, emo, 90s, rock chick, glory. I was so happy. I'm so happy.
Let's go there.
Let's go there.
Huntley. You taking us there, bro.
Yeah.
You taking us.
Ooh.
I was like, when this song first came out is when I was when I was on my started my faith walk, right? So I was like, when I heard this song, I said, I don't care what anybody says. I know who he's talking about. I know he said, can you take me higher to a place where blind man see?
Hallelujah.
Come on, he's preaching.
Come on.
He's preaching.
Hallelujah.
I said, full-throated singing at the highest caliber. I said, it's like his throat. Like, what's that? Howler monkey or something? Like, or one of those birds, like when they sing, like the throat pops out.
Oh, yeah.
I said, full-throated singing. I said, he is a superstar.
Oh.
Looks, acts, sings, performs. Huntley is a superstar. So, Stephanie, it reminds me of when I saw Chris Daughtry for the first time on American Idol. And I said, this dude is like a superstar. And he went on to become a huge rock superstar.
Yes.
And like, I see Huntley, like I see the name of his band as his name, right?
Come on.
I see the same thing. I said, this dude is a superstar. He is a front man's front man, okay?
Yes.
Like, because Huntley needs a band.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, he needs a band, but he is a front man's front man. He is an Adam Levine, right?
That's
He's
right.
a John Bon Jovi.
That's
He's
right.
a Steve Perry.
That's
He's
right.
I could Axl Rose.
That's
like,
right.
This could go. Oh, he is a Kurt Cobain.
You better name him. You better name him. Yes.
On and on.
Yes.
He's a Darius Rucker.
Come on.
Like I can just keep going on and on. Like he is the front man's front man.
That's right.
Like it's just so scary. Like I've been saying this all along the season. I said you take every genre of rock from the 70s on, it's all in his voice.
That's
it's
right.
all in the throat.
That's right.
I said he went off at the end of that song.
Off.
Like in a way that the original never did. Like he just took it to the next level and it was just so spectacular. I said, what a way to end this season. I said, only this season would end on such a high.
That's
what
right.
a way. What
That's
a way.
Right.
Incredible. Bravo, sir. Bravo. Yes. Stephanie.
Oh, okay. When they finally said what it was, I literally screamed. My husband said that my video was about 10 seconds ahead of his, so he heard me screaming before he knew what was going on. So he knew that I was right just by my scream. I was just like, just, you better sing, brother. I said, you just gave us everything that we wanted from you since the Blinds. Since we seen you at Blinds, we wanted you to do this song. And it did not disappoint. There was a musical breakdown in the middle of the song where it just felt like it created an atmosphere to just ramp up the back end of the song that much more. I was like, come on, electric guitar. This is your moment. This is what you have been waiting for. I was like, I know he's been waiting to do this song. I know he's been waiting to do that lick. And he did. Yes. Oh, I said, come on, beat. Yes.
Let's go there.
Let's go there. Come on. Listen. Okay.
Took us there, sir.
Took us there. So, Huntley from Jump and everybody, the band, BGVs, was up on a stage, right? They were already up on a stage. And all black. The cameraman was like, oh. So they're all in black. It's that feel, it's that vibe, right? Why the stage started levitating, and he went higher, y'all.
Like a Greek god, right? Like a Greek god, like Zeus.
Listen, no, it literally.
You had Zeus looking like Huntley.
You had light and fire in the background. Like it was. I wrote epic. I wrote what a moment. What a moment. Because he literally, and not to be sacrilegious, Lord, you know I love you. He looked like a rock god. He looked like a rock god standing up there with his hair and the jacket and it was so bravo set design, bravo art department, bravo production team. It was everything that I wanted from the final performance of the finale. It was amazing. Yeah. Amazing. And I lie to you not, James. I will say it again. I sat there with my rock fingers the entire performance. I'm still full. Happy.
I'm still full.
Oh,
like I'm still full from it. Like it filled me up.
Yes,
it was so good. Said. It filled me up.
So good.
Wow, Stephanie. We go on and on and on about so many of these performances tonight, but tonight's the night. Tonight is the night that they are going to announce a winner. Stephanie and I have been saying this all on this season. Like, there are so many, like, there's about like 5 or 6. Some aren't even with us anymore in the competition, but there were like 5 or 6 that we were like, okay, we'd be okay.
That's right.
And I'm not going to tell you who we voted for, because Stephanie and I did not vote for the same person last night.
Right.
But there are like 5 or 6 this entire season. We were like, if any of them win, we will just be overjoyed.
That's right.
Overjoyed.
That's right.
Because I have not seen a more consistent offering from the artists, from the 4 chairs all the way to the finale.
That's right.
than I had this season. What an amazing, amazing ride that you have taken the fans and the Pitchy podcast on.
Yes.
Bravo, brava, NBC Voice. You are why we do this show.
That's right.
And bravo and brava to all of the contestants.
Absolutely.
This season. If you made it to the finale, you deserved it, because there have been some Grim Reapers this season.
Yes.
They're really like more than I've seen. Like, I'm talking about like multiple people, like people who went out early who could have won the whole thing.
That's right.
As far as we're concerned.
Yes.
You know, but who are we but the Pitchy podcast? But Stephanie, I know we got to run. Tell the Pitchies what they need to hear. We'll see everyone tomorrow with the finale. Stephanie, take it away.
Maybe I'll catch my breath by then. My God. Woo! So don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Pitchy podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you can be the first to know when we drop a new episode. Also, check us out on YouTube. Hi to all of our new subscribers. Please search for the Pitchy podcast and hit that subscribe button so you know when we drop a new video. And last, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at the Pitchy podcast for new episode alerts, episode clips, and so much more.
All right. Well, here we are, finale. Happy holidays, everyone. And we'll tell you that happy holidays again before we announce. But thank you all so much for this incredible journey, going on this incredible journey with us. And we love every last one of you. And thanks for always tuning in. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.